I certainly hope that employers or team leaders or bosses will understand the employees and allow them to take the necessary leave.
My workplace, I know they would have been supportive. They are supportive of mothers. They were supportive of me when they heard about te rerehua. My bosses said the most beautiful and supportive things and did everything they could to ensure that I knew that I could take the time that I needed. So I know that if I'd told them, I'm pretty sure I would have had some good support there.
I was really lucky, and I know that a lot of women don't have that at their workplace, don't choose to tell people, and that's that really hard thing. I must have been 9 weeks and had the scan, and that's why I told my work. And also just a little bit lackadaisical because I'd had 2 kids, and so, yeah, I was lucky that I had understanding male bosses. I'm going to give them big points for that. Yeah.
One in every 4 New Zealand women have had a miscarriage, with over 20,000 miscarriages occurring each year in our country. My bill proposes a simple change that allows existing bereavement leave to be automatically made available for those who have had a miscarriage or stillbirth.
So the Holidays Bereavement for Miscarriage Amendment Bill makes it clear that you're entitled to 3 days bereavement leave. So currently under the Holidays Act, if you have the death of a child, you're entitled to it. But it was unclear whether a miscarriage qualified under that.
Unfortunately, I had a miscarriage a couple of years ago, and it was a real shock. I hadn't really thought about miscarriage before, hadn't really been on my radar, and I was quite surprised by the level of grief and also, I guess, by the physical process too, because the way people describe it make you think it's not going to be quite as harrowing as it can be. So I was kind of going through and researching my leave entitlements to see how I was going to manage having a few days off work. And my workplace was actually really great, but as I was going through and looking at these entitlements, I just realised that there was no clear provision for bereavement leave around pregnancy loss. So I got in touch with one of my local MPs, Labour MP Claire Curran in Dunedin. I wrote her a letter and went and had a chat to her, and she was really encouraging.
So Claire gave it to me. I developed the bill and talked to Catherine, and pretty much that's the beginning of where it happened.
I commend this going to select committee because as a woman, as a mother that has had a miscarriage, I am also a business owner. Across the House, men and women were supportive of this bill in terms of getting it to the next stage. It was really good to sit and listen to the other contributions made from other MPs and other women who I didn't realise had gone through this, and it highlighted the fact that what we can do as a society to sort of help support the woman and her husband through this is a good thing.
The outpouring from the general public was what really made me realise that this was a big issue, that there was a lot of stuff that we weren't talking about that we probably needed to talk about a lot more.
It's a process of hiding the hidden incident. And while we are hiding what is happening and what we are going through, it's not just the family. Your colleagues don't know either. And culturally, we don't share with our managers or colleagues. So it can make it more difficult for you, either as a mom or as a dad, to take leave and explain what happened and why you're not going to the work.
I had to use sick leave to cover my surgery and my recovery from surgery. It's not something that you particularly want to use annual leave for, but there was no leave available, and Cam didn't have any sort of recognised leave. He had to take annual leave as well to support me.
My boss was actually really amazing. She was really fantastic, and she totally would have allowed me the time off and time and space to have it had I wanted it, but you know, everyone's different in the way they deal with things too, and I think for some people getting on and keeping busy is one, whether it's the right one or not, is one kind of coping mechanism.
仕事普通にしてて、仕事をしてる瞬間は忘れられるから逆に仕事をしてる方が良かったけど、 移動中とかにやっぱり勝手に涙が出たり、悲しさは常にあった。でも誰にも、社長にだけ言った。彼は休んでいいよ、好きなだけ休みなって言ってくれたけど、私は、休んでいるとずっと悲しいし、仕事をしようと思った。
Society is not quite kind to the father either, because they expect the mom to grieve and go through all of the whole the process and do the job. So you are the father, you're the man, and you're not kind of allowed to grieve. You're not. You don't have any right to spend time with your family and.
As if you're not part of it.
Yeah.
My work was really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were real good. I had, I think, 2 or 3 days off straight away, and her mum came down and I was back to work. They said if you ever need to go home, just go home. Yeah, they're really good, yeah.
Yeah, my work was amazing as well. They're just really supportive if I needed anything. My boss was, if you need to take more days off, if you need to go home, if you need to just go for a walk, just do it. He was, really, really good. Yeah, and they sent me some beautiful flowers too.
Beyond this bill, my biggest hope is that we can start supporting people a little bit more when they go through experiences like this.
I've heard many stories of women being afraid to ask their employer or not knowing what the answer would be. So I think if you know you have the right to take that leave, hopefully that encourages more women to make sure that they take it as an entitlement.